I think if Mummy and Daddy both died in a horrific accident, you and your sisters would get $4.5 million. Now, got a question for you. What's more important? What would you prefer, Mummy and Daddy, or would you prefer $4.5 million?
Like right now?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah. Because,
Okay.
But if it was in like 20 years, probably the 4.5 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I've probably moved out, and that's probably when you're older.
We won't be, what, in 20 years or 25 years?
20 years, yeah.
We won't even be 60 yet.
Oh.
Hey there, today I've got a very special guest with me, my middle daughter, Willow. Thank you for joining me, Willow.
It's okay.
So, Willow, you are very excited and smiley. I'm going to ask you some questions. So, questions about yourself and questions about money. You ready?
Yes.
All right. You may need to move the mic closer to you or speak up. Be brave.
Okay.
Not too close. So, Willow, what grade are you in at school?
6.
6. And do you enjoy school?
Yes.
Yeah? You love school.
Yes.
What is your favourite things to study at school?
Maths.
Maths. Let's go, my girl. And why do you like maths?
I just like problem solving, and I'm really good at it. So.
Yeah. You enjoy stuff you're good at?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you learning in maths at the moment?
Decimals and percentages. But we're doing maths games and maths olympiads, so.
Okay. What's maths games?
Maths games and maths olympiad is like something that you do in grade 5 and 6, where it's like separate groups where you do like harder stuff than you would usually do.
Yeah.
Maths games is a little bit easier and maths olympiad is harder.
Right.
Last year I was in maths games, and I want to be in maths olympiad this year.
Got it. So they're different groups. So a group of kids will go to a maths olympiad and another group will go to maths games.
Yes.
And maths olympiad is the harder maths. And what stuff do you learn in maths olympiad?
Well,
We
it's
haven't done
mostly just problem solving, but once a term we do a test. So it happens every week, and there's a question on the board. You work it out, like so you can do it with your friends and stuff, and then you work it out with the whole class.
Yeah.
And then once a term there's a test which has 4 questions, and then you get the results back.
How did you go? Have you got the results back?
Oh no, we haven't done it this year.
Right. Okay. Yeah, you're a great problem solver. That's why I think you like maths. Now, I've got some questions about money. What is money?
It's something that you pay for.
Yeah.
I mean, you pay
With. Yeah.
Yeah, it's valuable and you earn it
Yeah. How do you earn it?
by doing stuff.
Yeah. Like what?
Like jobs.
Like cleaning the office?
Yes.
Yeah. So Willow came into the office today and cleaned the office, and so she'll get paid for that. And yeah. All right. What is insurance?
Well, the insurance that I know about is like if something bad happens, then you get money for it, but you have to, before that, you have to like pay a little amount like every week or something, and then you get that back when something bad happens.
If something bad happens, can you then get insurance? No, why not?
Because it's already happened.
Right. That's right. And do you know what are some different types of insurances?
We were talking about this in the car to school the other day.
Yeah.
There's life insurance, car insurance, health insurance, house insurance.
Yeah.
I don't know what else.
Yeah, well, that's the main ones. Do you know that we do insurance? We help people get insurance?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you were to guess out of those 4 that you said car, life insurance, health insurance, and house insurance, which one would you have a guess that we do?
Life.
Oh, nice one. That's right. What is life insurance?
I think, like what I said before, if someone like close to you dies or something, you get it.
If you die, you get money. Yeah. Exactly. And do you know how much life insurance mummy and daddy have?
No.
If mummy and daddy die, do you know how much we've got?
No.
Do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
I have to think about it. I think if mummy and daddy both died in a horrific accident, you and your sisters would get $4.5 million. Now, got a question for you. This is a thing they call moral hazard. What's more important? What would you prefer, mummy and daddy, or would you prefer $4.5 million?
Like right now?
Yeah, right now.
Yeah. Because,
Okay.
but if it was in like 20 years, probably the 4.5 million.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I've probably moved out, and that's probably when you're older.
We won't be, what, in 20 years or 25 years?
20 years, yeah.
We won't even be 60 yet.
Oh.
You know what? In 20 years' time, $4 million won't be as good as $4 million is today, or $4.5 million.
Oh.
Do you know why?
Why?
It's a thing called inflation. Have you heard of inflation?
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? Explain it to me.
Is it like where things get more expensive, but you still get more, you get more money than from the job that you do?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, everything goes up. So normally, like the groceries go up, house prices go up, and normally your income goes up as well. Let me just recap. You had to think about whether you want $4.5 million now. You still had to think about that.
In 20 years.
Yeah, well, but you still were thinking. You still went, okay, for the moment we want you, but in 20 years' time, you want $4.5 million and you're happy for mummy and daddy to die. That's not what you said before.
Yeah, but before I didn't know that.
We'd only be 60.
Yeah.
Oh, well, do you know actually how much insurance you have? How much life insurance you have? Do you know you've got life insurance? The tables have turned. Mummy and daddy have a life insurance policy over you.
Hmm?
If you die, we get money. And if you get really, really, really sick, we have, but it's not that much. It's nowhere near as much as $4 million.
Yeah.
It's just around $100,000. So if you got really, really ill and we need to take time to care for you, then there's money. We can get money from insurance. Now, you're going to ask me the question, what would I prefer?
What would you prefer?
I would 100% prefer you to be healthy and happy. I don't even need to think about it. I like it. Did you know we had insurance policy for you? It's called child's cover. So for life insurance, sorry, don't mean to bore you. Life insurance, there's 5 different types of life insurance that we help people set up.
Mm-hmm.
Life insurance, which is like death insurance, which is if you die, there's money. Normally, you don't get to choose if people die or not.
Yeah.
It just if something really bad happens. Then the other thing is child's cover. So that's what we pay for a small amount every single month or every single year. We pay it just in case you or your sisters are sick. Do you know what? Actually, a fun fact: we got an insurance policy over your sister Lila.
Yeah.
When she was little, and we forgot about getting one for you and Harper until like a year and a half ago. I realized that. Oh, no, it was a bit longer. It was like maybe 2 or 3 years ago. We realized that we had one for Lila and not for you two. And so we then decided to get one for you and Harper. So there's life insurance, there's child's cover, which all 3 girls have, and mummy and daddy have life insurance. And then there's 3 other ones. There's a thing called income protection. Do you know what income protection is? Do you want to have a guess what it is?
Maybe it's like protecting your income.
You're so clever. You are so brilliant, Willow May.
What does income
Willow
mean?
May, not Willow May. Income. Do you know what income means?
No.
Income. Have a think.
Is it like that money that you put into, like that money that you give like every week or something? A small amount of money?
Yeah. So income is like your salary. So do you know what a salary is? Yeah. So when you have a job, some people call it a salary, some people call it income. So it's the money that comes in. And so, yeah, normally it's from a job.
Yeah.
So income protection means that if you can't work, if you can't go to work because of something bad happen, then the insurance company gives you money to replace your income. So daddy has that. Mummy doesn't have that because she's not doing paid work, but daddy has it. And then the other two covers is trauma insurance and disability insurance. Do you know what disability insurance might mean?
If you get a disability, you get
Yes.
insurance.
Yeah. Yeah. You get paid a big amount. And mummy and daddy have $4.5 million. So if mummy and daddy were disabled, we would have $4.5 million. Now I've got a question for you. If you could choose one, would you want mummy and daddy to die and get $4.5 million or disabled?
Is there an option of none?
No, well, let's say no. It's just one or the other. Which one would you choose? Which one do you think would be better? They're both bad, but which one?
Die.
Why is that?
No, disabled.
Well, yeah, why?
Because it's either die or get disabled.
Yeah. I thought you would have said die because it would have been too much work for you to look after us if we're disabled. That's what I thought you would have chosen. I thought you would have said die because it's too hard to look after you.
If it was 50 years' time,
Or 20.
then die.
Okay.
50 years.
50 or 20.
50.
Okay, good. And then trauma insurance, the last one. So do you know what trauma insurance is?
Is trauma like something that's really bad happened?
Yeah, trauma, the word for trauma is like something like that. But it's what this type of insurance is if you have a heart attack, if you have cancer, if you have any really big illnesses, then you get paid a lump sum amount of money. Do you know anyone, you don't need to say their name, but do you know anyone who's had cancer?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you know more than one person?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You don't need to get through this. So how old are you? Did we say this earlier? 11. You're 11 years old and you've known multiple people with cancer.
Or heart attack.
Yeah, or heart attacks, yeah. So this insurance, trauma insurance, is the most common insurance that can be claimed on because more people have heart attacks, cancers and stuff. And so that's why it's really important. Mummy and daddy both have that as well. Do you know how much money if we would get if we had heart attack or cancer? I'd have to look at our policies, but I think we would get, if mummy and daddy got it, we would get like $600,000. Now, what would you prefer, mummy and daddy have a heart attack or the money?
Will you survive if you get a heart attack?
Good question. Let's say yes, we survive.
Then heart attack.
Love it. But wouldn't you be stressed out and you'd be worried about your papa?
Yeah, but we'll still get money and you'll survive.
Yeah. I agree. Hey, Will, thank you very much for joining me. Do you have any questions of me about money?
How much are balloons?
How much are balloons?
I need to get them today.
I love it. The most pressing question for an 11-year-old. How much are balloons? I don't know, maybe like $3 to $5 for a packet. Is that do you think that's how much they are? You need to buy them today.
Yes.
And you're spending your own money, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So we just set up a system where you get pocket money. Do you like that system better than the old one?
Yes.
Yeah. I like it better as well because you know what? You don't have to ask us if you can buy stuff every day. And what's the most common word mummy and daddy say to you? 2 letters. No. Because you're asked about these things all the time. So, yes, you get to learn how to save. You get to work out how to use your pocket money. Thank you for joining. I've got one last question. Do you know what tomorrow is?
International Women's Day.
Yes. We're going to celebrate it with you and your sisters and your mummy. We'll celebrate mummy.
What about me?
Well, mainly mummy and you girls. Mummy number 1 and then you girls number 2. Yeah? Is that fair? Awesome. Thanks for joining me, Willow.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Bye.
Love you.
Bye.